It's a Monday. We made it through another week. We made it to another week, and we're gonna make it through this one. I got paint on my fingers. That's pretty. It's not, it's spray paint. It's not my nail polish paint. I'm not that bad. Um, so today's video is going to be talking about the 3 books that I just finished reading. And this isn't a review, and I'm not offering up any spoilers or anything, and if I happen to say something, I'll definitely put an annotation somewhere around here to tell you, okay, don't watch for a second. But this isn't meant to be a review. It's not meant to offer any spoilers or anything like that. I just want to tell you guys about the last 3 books that I've read and tell you what they're about in case you guys wanted to read them and talk with me about them, because I just think that they're great reads, and I think that if you guys love to read, these are some awesome ideas. So the first one I'm going to talk about it's actually a book that I read when I was, I think, high school or middle school, but it's called The Giver, and this is what it looks like. Kenny has it right now because he's reading it at work, but that's what the cover looks like. And the plot is, most of these plots are sort of New World, kind of like New World Order sort of ideas where the world has changed and we have a different type of life to try to preserve peace. So actually, yeah, that's what all of these books are pretty much about. But The Giver is about a kid named Jonas who lives in this community that's completely just, everything about it is held together by their leaders. So they have no control over feelings. They can't see color. They are given a job where that they have to do. They have to go to school every year. They get new things for each age, from when they're babies to when they're 12. They get to learn what their job in the community is going to be. And he gets chosen to be the giver, which is the receiver of memories. And it only gets chosen once in a great while that they have someone that is prestigious enough to have this honor. And the reason they need someone to carry all the memories is because all the people in the community aren't allowed to have, emotions. I mean, they have emotions, but they don't want them to feel scared or hurt or sad or anything like that. And all of the memories of the world are what he is supposed to take in. And that's basically the plot of the book, and you find out what happens as he's taking in all these memories and learning the truth about the world. And it's such a good book. For me, I love it, and I read it a long time ago, and I just read it again just because, I mean, I've probably read it like 5 times, but every time I read it, I still get chills, and I'm so pleased with it. It's really inexpensive. I think I got it for like $4.99 at Barnes & Noble, and you can also get it on Amazon and stuff like that if you don't have Barnes & Noble. But that's the first one that I recommend. The second one, I actually saw this on Elle Fowler's literature, and this one is called Divergent, and this is like another New World Order kind of book. And the whole idea is that this girl, she gets to an age where she gets to decide if she wants to stay in the community or in the group of people that she lives in, because the whole world has broken off into factions where the people in their faction, they stay true to and stick with what they believe they could do or need to do to keep the world in order. So they have one group that believes that honesty is the best policy, so they're always honest. Another group believes that defending themselves and staying, on top of survival and, fighting, that's their best policy. Some people believe that selflessness, like only helping others and not helping yourself, is the best policy. So there's all these different factions, and they get to a certain age, I think it was 16 in this one, where they get to decide if they're going to stay in their faction or if they're going to move on to another faction, like another group of people. And once they do that, they can't go back to their family. They have to learn and train in the new life and follow it and fulfill it. But some turmoil comes up, and while she makes her decisions and everything, and it's just a really, really good read. I read this in one day. I couldn't put it down, and that's not like an easy, it's not a short book, but I could not put this down. If they made a movie about this, I would be all over it. And it's a series as well, so there's I think the next one is called Insurgent, so I'm waiting for that one to come out. I'm so excited about this. Like, I really just, this was a really good book for me, and I'm excited to know your guys' opinions on it. So, yeah. And I got this at Target for, oh, no, I got this at Barnes & Noble for $9.99. So, this was a good one. And, of course, everyone knows, seriously, if you follow my Instagram, there's no way you can't know my obsession. I am all over the bandwagon with the Hunger Games. I cannot put this book down. I was so excited to read this book. And I saw the preview probably back in like December or something. I saw the preview one time. Or no, like I watched it twice because I showed Kenny. But I saw it the first time, I showed Kenny the second time, and then I said, that's it. I want to read the book before I go see the movie, so I like shut it down and went and bought the book, read these other two first, and then once I started this one, I was like, I need to breeze through this because I can't wait to go see the movie, because previews were coming on TV and like showing scenes where I'm like, no, I haven't got that far. So now that I've read it, I'm so excited. Most of you guys know what this is about, but I'll just explain it really quick. It's basically about, kind of like how I was talking about Divergent with the factions. The world is split up into 12 districts, and it goes from 1, which is the richest district, to District 12, which your main character Katniss lives in. And in each district, every year, as a tribute to and reminder of how the world came to be at peace, and like a donation kind of sacrifice, they called a tribute, to the capital, which is who watches over everything, like the world president, is, so they give them up to the capital, and what that means is one boy, one girl from each district, there's a cat somewhere, one boy, one girl from each district is chosen at random, or they can volunteer, and they go into what is called the Hunger Games, and they have a week to train, and they train with their mentor, who was the person who in their district who had won the Hunger Games. But the districts that are more rich, they train up until the age of 18. They're trained for it already. And districts in like that Katniss is in, they're like a starving district, and all she's worried about is, getting food and stuff. So, they're the underdog, District 12. So they go into this training. They go into an arena, and they don't know, the arena is always different every year, and they go into the arena and they basically fight to the death while the entire world watches. It's like a Super Bowl for the entire world, and it's basically just kids bludgeoning and killing each other. So, and then you can only get one winner out of all 24. There's only one person that comes out, and so you go through and you watch her in training, and you watch her go through the games, and you get, it's just really good. I just picked up Catching Fire, which is the second book series, and I'm probably going to start reading that. I'm trying to put it off a little bit, just because I know once I finish reading it, I'm going to be like, crap, when's the movie coming out? Because literally, I finished reading this yesterday morning, and yesterday evening I was at the movie theater watching it. I went by myself because I could not wait any longer to see the movie. And one thing I will say is, and this isn't a spoiler or anything, I will say, whether you read the book first or see the movie first, you won't be disappointed. But I don't suggest that you don't do either. I suggest you do both, just whatever order you want, because you get so much out of this book. Like, there's a lot of differences in the movie, which is if you guys have read the book and then saw the movie, you know that there's like different ways people die and stuff, and how just how a few things happen. But those aren't even the things that I'm talking about. I'm talking about like the stuff that you get out of this book, the details, the visuals. It's so amazing. It's just great. And so yeah, this is not an overrated trend. The Hunger Games is so not overrated. I know it's everywhere, but it deserves the praise that it's getting. Unlike, I don't know, Twilight. I don't know. I'm all over the vampire thing is done for me. Never got into who is Jack or I don't even know their names. Edward, Jack and Edward, or don't they have shirts and stuff like Edward or the werewolf. I haven't even seen the movies. I've seen the first one. And I feel like I don't even have to see the movies because I see the preview so much that I kind of already know what happens. And I saw the preview for the, what is it, Twilight Breaking Dawn part, is like the part 2 of the final one. I saw the preview for it when I was watching the Hunger Games, and I was just like, I seriously don't even have to go see the movies. Like, now I know this, now I know that. I don't want to ruin it for anyone who hasn't seen the preview yet, but I guess if you're a Twilight fan, you already know. I definitely recommend doing both seeing the movie and reading this book because it's so good. I can't say enough good things about it. I'm so excited about the next movie coming out, and I'm so excited to read the second book. I can't wait. And I guess probably in my excitement that you can hear just in my voice that what my review kind of is. But I really just want you guys to pick them up and read them. And if you do, make sure to Instagram me or, message me here and tell me what you think about them because I'm just so excited to talk about all these books. Now that I finally finished all of them, I'm excited. And I'm going to start catching fire next. I have a few things coming out with the spikes on them. And this is just a flat black with another flat back chain. I have this gold one coming out that I'm excited about. And I think what is going to be great about these is I'm doing like the removable. So you can either have just the plain chain like this. So you have a really nice chain. I'll put it on to see how it looks. It's a really nice chain, lays really well. And if you're feeling kind of funky, you can add your spikes, and you can add this to like another chain that you have. I also have one that I made that I'm putting up in gunmetal. It's just a really flat, it's not a matte, but it's like the flat kind of chain, gunmetal chain. And it's mixed with a little bit smaller one with a little bit bigger opening. And again, removable spikes. So you can have just the chain, add this to something else if you want. Just go crazy. And yeah, that's just a couple things that I'm working on. I have a couple other things that I'm working on as well, which is why I have like pink spray paint and stuff all over my hands. But okay guys, I have one kitty here. Hi. He's just chilling while Mom's videoing. Hi. Say bye.
Bye, kitty.
Bye, YouTube. He's looking at me like I'm a nut. Which kind of... So, I will see you guys tomorrow, and I hope you have a great rest of your Monday. Okay, bye guys.